Good morning students. Welcome to online class. I am very happy to meet you in this second session. I hope you all are fine and safe by the grace of God. In the beginning of this class, we can recollect few important points about previous class portion. In which lesson we learned previous class, have you remember? You learned about components of agriculture. Is it? Geography lesson 3, components of agriculture. In your new book, the topic is changed. The topic is India's agriculture. The topic alone changed. Okay, India's agriculture. From that lesson, what are the important points you learned? Have you remember? First, you learned about soil. Is it? What is soil? Soil is the uppermost layer of the land surface, is it? Next you learned about different types of soil. What are the different types of soil? Alluvial soil, black soil, red soil, laterite soil, forest and mountain soil, arid and desert soil, saline and alkaline soil, peaty and mossy soil. These are the different types of soil, is it? Next you learned about each soil's characteristics, how this particular soil is formed, what are the crops we can grow in this particular soil, what are the chemical properties are contained in this particular soil. Next you learned about the distribution of soil. That means in which are the areas we can found in this particular soil, is it? This all explanation you learned in the previous class. Just now we can recollect what important place for each soil. In the previous class I taught it is the map question, very important question. So once again I recollect this map question. Listen here. There are 8 different types of soil, is it? The first one is alluvial soil. The main area we can found in this soil is some river valley areas, mainly Ganga and Brahmaputra river valley area we can found in this particular soil. Then the second type of soil is black soil. Mainly we can found in this soil in the areas of Maharashtra. In the states of Maharashtra we can found mainly in this particular soil. Then the third soil is red soil. The main area we can found in this soil is in the Deccan Plateau area, some parts of Deccan Plateau area. Then the next soil is laterite soil. The main area we can found in this soil is some parts of Odisha, Then the next one is forest and mountain soil. The main area we can found in this soil is Jammu and Kashmir area. Then the next one is arid and desert soil. In this soil we can mainly found in the areas of western part of Rajasthan, Thar desert area. Then the next one is saline and alkaline soil. In this soil mostly we can found in the areas of some areas of Andhra Pradesh. Then the last soil is peaty and mossy soil. In this soil mostly we can found in the areas of 2 important districts of Kerala, Alappuzha and Kottayam. Okay students, these all questions are very important in map question. So you listen very careful. And also I hope you learned that lessons exercises also, is it? I gave few question answers. Did you learn? Very good. Okay students, now let us come forward to today's class. Today I am going to teach one more topic about soil degradation. The topic is soil degradation. What is soil degradation? Soil degradation is the physical, chemical and biological decline in soil quality. Soil degradation is the physical, chemical and biological decline in soil quality. That means the soil loses its fertility, its chemical properties, minerals, organic matter, nature, water content, etc. For example, if we cultivate some crops in the soil, sometimes few crops may not grow, is it? Because of this soil degradation, few crops may not grow. The soil found in this particular area may be degraded and it loses its chemical property, its fertility, organic matter, water content, etc. So that particular soil that does not support the crops to grow. Okay students, this soil degradation is one of the main problems in India. Due to soil degradation, we are losing many crops in India. Nowadays, the cultivation is reducing because of soil degradation. He said, in olden days, different varieties of crops are there, different kinds of trees are there, but comparing olden days, nowadays it is very less. Because of soil degradation, the cultivation also reducing step by step. According to 2015 report of Indian Institute of Remote Sensing, 147 million hectares of land soil is destroyed by soil erosion. According to 2015 report of Indian Institute of Remote Sensing, 147 million hectares of land soil is destroyed by soil erosion. Now I am going to teach some problems in Indian soil. There are 5 main problems in Indian soil. The first one is soil erosion. The first one is soil erosion. Second one is soil degradation. Soil degradation. Third one is waterlogging. Third one is waterlogging. Fourth one is saline and alkaline. Saline and alkaline. Fifth one is salt flats. Fifth one is salt flats. Now listen here. There are 5 main problems in Indian soil. The first one is soil erosion. Second one is soil degradation. Third one is waterlogging. Fourth one is saline and alkaline. Fifth one is salt flats. Listen here. The first one is soil erosion. This soil erosion is occurred due to lacking of trees and overgrazing. Soil erosion will occur lacking of trees and overgrazing. Mainly, the soil erosion will occur because of deforestation. What is meant by deforestation? Very good. Cutting of trees. He said deforestation means cutting of trees. He said because of cutting of trees, the soil erosion will occur. This is one of the main problem in Indian soil. Then the second one is soil degradation. The second one is soil degradation. Just now I explained about soil degradation. He said due to lacking of organic matter, chemical properties, nature, minerals, water content, etc. in the soil, that is one of the main problem in Indian soil. Then the third one is waterlogging. The third one is waterlogging. Waterlogging is saturation of soil with water. Waterlogging is saturation of soil with water. In the previous class, I explained about waterlogging. Because of ill drainage, the waterlogging will occur. Where there is no drainage system, that particular area will happen this waterlogging. So, this particular water is transferred from subsurface to top of the soil. So, that particular area soil does not support the crops to grow because that area soil contains high amount of soluble salt. So, nowadays, this waterlogging is, we can see many agricultural fields. Many agricultural fields are turning in waterlogging areas. You may also know. This is one of the main problem in Indian soil. Then the fourth one is saline and alkaline. Fourth one is saline and alkaline. In India, few areas soil are contain some of the chemical properties such as calcium, sodium, magnesium, etc. So, that particular area soil contain high amount of soluble salt. So, that areas also we cannot cultivate any crops. With the help of irrigation also, the crops won't grow that particular area. So, this is also one of the main problem in Indian soil. Then the last one is salt flat. salt flat. Flat land covered with a layer of salt is called salt land. Flat land covered with a layer of salt is called salt land. In the coastal areas, mainly we can found in this type of soil. In this soil also does not support to grow the crops. So this is also one of the main problems in Indian soil. Okay students, next I am going to teach the methods of conservation and management of soil. The methods of conservation and management of soil. Conservation and management of soil. Conservation and management of soil. There are 4 methods of conservation and management of soils are there. The first one is afforestation. The first one is afforestation. Afforestation. Then the second one is soil constructing dam. Second one is constructing dam. Third one is prevention of overgrazing. Third one is prevention of overgrazing. Prevention of overgrazing. Fourth one is agricultural practices. Fourth one is agricultural practices. Fourth one is agricultural practices. There are 4 methods of conservation and management of soil. The first one is afforestation. What is meant by afforestation? The word afforestation means planting more trees in particular area. That means it is the action of planting more trees in order to make a forest. If we plant more trees, we can conserve and manage the soil. Then the second one is constructing dam. Dam is a big wall, everyone knows it. It built across the river to stop the overflowing water and make a lake. Through constructing dam also we can conserve and manage the soil. Then the third one is prevention of overgrazing. The third one is prevention of overgrazing. Overgrazing means cattle feeds the vegetation in particular area, there will be no vegetation. It causes soil erosion. If we prevent overgrazing, we can conserve and manage the soil. Okay students, now I hope you understood about the Indian problems in Indian soil and methods of conservation and management of soil. Okay students, shall we recall the points? How many problems in Indian soil? There are 5 main problems. Is it? The first one is soil erosion, soil degradation, water logging, saline and alkaline, and salt flat. Next you studied about the conservation methods of soil, conservation and management of soil. Okay, there are 4 conservation and management methods there. The first one is afforestation, second one is constructing dam, third one is prevention of overgrazing, fourth one is agricultural practices. Fourth one is agricultural practices. Agricultural practices, there are 6 methods of agricultural practices. The first one is contour method. There are 6 methods of agricultural practices. The first one is contour method. Contour method. Contour method. Second one is rotation of crops. Second one is rotation of crops. Third one is contour bunching. Contour bunching. Contour bending. Fourth one is strip irrigation, strip cropping. Fourth one is strip cropping. Fifth one is planting of shelter belt. Planting of shelter belt. Planting of shelter belt. And the last one is different techniques, adopting different techniques. Adopting different techniques. Different techniques. Now listen here, there are six methods of agricultural practices. The first one is contour method. Contour method, that means to cultivate the crops in equal heights. To cultivate the crops in equal heights. Then second one is rotation of crops. In the same land to cultivate different types of crops. In the same land to cultivate different types of crops. Then the third one is contour bunting. It is a sustainable land management practices in mountainous regions and hill stations. Then the next one is strip cropping. Strip means narrow piece. To cultivate different types of crops in narrow piece to prevent the soil erosion. Then the next one is planting shelter belt. Planting of shelter belt. That means a row of trees planted to protect an area from the wind. A row of trees planted to protect an area from the wind. Then the last one is adopting different techniques. To use different techniques in agricultural field, we can conserve and manage the soil. Okay students, can you understand? Then the next topic I am going to teach, listen here. The next topic is irrigation. The next topic is irrigation. The next topic is irrigation. Irrigation means watering of land to make it ready for agriculture. That means watering an agricultural field in artificial manner is called irrigation. The first source we need to do agriculture is soil. Is it? In the previous class I explained, without soil we cannot do agriculture. Likewise, the second most important source we need to do agriculture is this irrigation. Okay, then in India, throughout the year we won't get the seasonal rainfall, is it? Because of high temperature, dry period or irregular rainfall period, we need irrigation method. So, this irrigation method is one of the important source we need to do agriculture. Okay, listen here, irrigation. Okay, next I am going to explain the main sources of irrigation. Next I am going to explain the main sources of irrigation. There are three main sources of irrigation are there. The first one is canal irrigation. The first one is canal irrigation. Canal irrigation. Second one is well irrigation. Second one is well irrigation. And the third one is tank irrigation. And the third one is tank irrigation. Now listen here, there are three sources of irrigation are there. First one is canal irrigation. In the whole Indian landmark, 24% of areas are used by canal irrigation. 24% of areas are used by canal irrigation. Then the whole Indian mark, 62% of areas are used by well irrigation. Among them, 46% of areas are used by tube wells and 16% of areas are used by other wells. Other wells means open well, etc. Remaining 3% of areas are used by tank irrigation. Okay students, now I am going to explain each sources one by one. The first one is canal irrigation. The first one is canal irrigation. Canal is a main waterway that bring irrigation water from water area to be irrigated. Canal is a main waterway that bring irrigation water from water area to be irrigated. The main waterways are canal, channel, ditch. Canal, channel, you know, is it? Ditch, D-I-T-C-H, ditch. D-I-T-C-H, ditch. Ditch means a long narrow hole in the ground. It has been dug in the underground. a long narrow hole that has been dug in the underground. This canal irrigation is one of the most important source of irrigation in India. 24% of areas are used this canal irrigation. And also this canal irrigation is classified into two types, inundation canal and perennial canal. This canal irrigation is classified into two types, inundation canal and perennial canal Inundation canal and perennial canal. Inundation canal to cover with water, especially flood water. This flood water is taken out directly from the rivers and it is diverted into agricultural field directly. It is called inundation canal. Then the second one is perennial canal. Perennial canal, it is a type of canal. The water flows throughout the year. It is the type of canal. The water flows throughout the year. Okay. In India, most of the canals practiced in this type of irrigation. This perennial irrigation. 15.8 million hectares or lands are used by this perennial canal irrigation. In India, mostly some of the areas are used in this type of canal irrigation. For example, in here, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, these states mostly use in this type of irrigation. In central India, two more states are used in this type of irrigation. For example, Madhya Pradesh and Odisha also used in this type of irrigation. In the southern India, four more states are used in this type of irrigation. For example, in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra. These four states also used in this type of irrigation. Okay students, the second source is well irrigation. Well is a deep long hole in the earth from water is obtained. The well is a deep long hole excavated in the earth to bring the water into underground. Okay, then this well irrigation is one of the most important source of irrigation in India. 62% of areas are used by this well irrigation. And also the well irrigation is classified into two types, open wells and tube wells. Well irrigation is classified into two types, open wells and tube wells. Open wells and tube wells. The first one is open wells. Open well is simply a hole in the ground that allow the water into underground. This canal is where water is available, that particular area mostly practiced in this type of irrigation. For example, mostly in the river valley areas we can find water throughout the year, I said. So, that river valley areas mostly practiced in this type of irrigation. For example, river Ganga, Brahmaputra, Mahanadi, Krishna, Godavari, Kaveri, Narmada, Tapti. These river areas mostly practiced in this type of irrigation. Then the second one is tube wells. Tube wells, it is one of the main water wells which has a long stainless tube or pipe is bored into underground. A long stainless pipe or tube is bored in the underground. Stainless steel, that means it is the type of steel that it contains chromium, it is not damaged. Where there is low water table, that particular areas mostly used in this type of irrigation. In India, 5 leading states are used in this type of irrigation. For example, mainly in India use Gujarat, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh. These 5 leading states use in this type of irrigation. Then the third one is tank irrigation. A tank consists of water storage and which has developed by constructing a small bund of stones. It is used to collect and store the water for irrigation and other purposes. And also it is very old system of irrigation. In India, some peninsular areas use this type of irrigation. In India, some peninsular areas used in this type of irrigation. For example, where there is hard rocks, mountainous regions, then up and down landslide, that areas mostly used in this type of irrigation. Then next, and also where there is no perennial canal, that areas also used in this type of irrigation. Then in some India, some areas are impermeable rocks. That means that particular areas does not allow the water flowing. So that areas also used in this type of irrigation. Then where there is less population and low agricultural field, that particular areas also used in this type of irrigation. Mostly in India, 5 leading states are used in this type of irrigation. For example, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Maharashtra. These 5 states mostly used in this type of irrigation. Can you understand, students, about irrigation? Shall we recall the points? First you learned about irrigation. He said there are 3 sources of irrigation: canal irrigation, well irrigation and tank irrigation. Canal irrigation, well irrigation, tank irrigation. This canal irrigation is classified into 2 types: inundation canal and perennial canal. Then the well irrigation is classified into 2 types: open wells and tube wells. Then the third one is tank irrigation. He said, these all things you learned today. The continuation of this lesson, the next class I will teach. Allow all are take a book, turn the book exercises, page number 168, distinguish second question. Inundation canal and perennial canal. Inundation canal and perennial canal. You mark that question answer. Page number 158. Page number 158. Canal irrigation heading. There are 2 types is there: inundation canals and perennial canals. You mark it. Those who have the guide, you will study from the guide. Remaining students, you will mark in the book. Both answers are same only, so you should mark the book and learn the distinguish. Then 2 more book inside questions also you will mark. Page number 157. One tablet column, one box is there. From there, the second paragraph, question, you frame the question. What are the main problems in Indian soil? They are given. The first one is soil erosion, second one is degradation of soil, third one is waterlogging, fourth one is saline and alkaline, fifth one is salt flat. The next question you mark, what are the methods of conservation and management of soil? Therefore, heading is there: afforestation, constructing of dam, prevention of overgrazing, improved methods of agricultural practices. From there, 6 methods is there, that also you mark. One more question. The next page, page number 158, the sources of irrigation heading. Here you write the question: what are the main sources of irrigation? The answer is canal irrigation, well irrigation and tank irrigation. The continuation of this lesson, next class I will teach. Okay students, thank you.